with siphoning your energy, they were shape shifting into you. They were trying to destiny swap with you. They wanted to paint your light as their own. And that's a very nasty thing to have. Hi, family. Welcome back to my channel, Crown Tarot. This is Sabrina. We got some messages for us today. I'm going to go ahead and cleanse the energy, and then we'll get started. Thank you, Spirit, for your divine light. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your blessings. Thank you for your wisdom. And thank you for my beautiful collective. Thank you for my angels and my ancestors and my spirit guides. And thank you for your protection as we channel these messages. In God's name I pray. Amen. All right. So let's go ahead with the Spirit Animal Oracle. And we'll get some messages. A couple of channeled songs that I want to talk about because one of them is like in my head right now. But we're going to go ahead and get the Oracle really quickly. And then I'll go ahead and we'll go over those channel songs today. Oh, and happy belated Father's Day to all my fathers that's listening to these messages. Lord, please give us the overall energy. We got Starfish Spirit, open to infinite possibility. All right, it's on the bottom. Pig Spirit, use your mind wisely. Let's go ahead and see what the Starfish Spirit is. 74. All right, Starfish Spirit. Stretch out on the beach. The starfish opens fully to the rays of the sun, to the power of potential. As you look outward towards the horizon, do you open up to infinite possibility? Spirit is the source of opportunities beyond your wildest imagination and ensures endless possibilities are available. At this time, Starfish urges you to stretch past your limits of your everyday perception and comfort zone, to dream of bigger things and imagine with even greater hope and faith, for miraculous potential is shining down on you. Feel it, bask in it, and open yourself to be fulfilled with inspiration. This is a very fortunate sign that the Starfish Spirit has come to remind you of your infinite potential. So I believe that you are now embracing your, as it says in the book, the full potential. So you are understanding what skills that you have and what you have to offer to your community. You are feeling confident about your skills. And I was channeling some songs today, 3 songs in particular. So the first song is Sorry Not Sorry by Demi Lovato. And that goes, baby, I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. Being so bad got me feeling so good. Showing you up like I knew that I would. Baby, I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. Feeling inspired cause the tables have turned. Yeah, I'm on fire and I know that it burns. So it came on my phone. I was listening to YouTube music and I was like, whoa, I haven't heard that song in a while. And I love that song. And I was thinking to myself, well, somebody has been underestimated. You've had maybe an ex-partner you may have been dealing with, or a group of friends, maybe even family members who they underestimate your abilities and your potential. But I think you've gotten to a point in your life where you know that you know what you're capable of. You've gotten to a place where you know what you can do on your own and you feel confident in yourself. You've maybe been through situations where you've maybe expected to have a support system from certain people and they didn't come through for you, or you might have been the kind of person that is always used to doing things on your own and you never really had that support system. So now the people that are around you, they haven't seen what you are capable of. And I believe that has to do with perspective. I think a lot of people, the only perspective they have is themselves and what they have done and what they've experienced. So they don't have the ability to look outside of their own world to see what somebody else has done, is capable of doing. If they have not seen it, they don't think it can be done. So those are the kind of people that may be around you right now, and which leads me to the next song and the song after that. So the song that came on was I Do by Cardi B, and it was a specific part in the song that caught my attention because it talks about mindset and how she is successful, and the reason why other women are not successful, which is, I guess, her counterparts or people around her, is because of her mindset. So it says, look, broke hoes do what they can, good girls do what they told, bad bitches do what they want, and that's why a bitch is so cold. So what I got from that part right there is that broke hoes, which is a vibration. Okay, it's not just about money, but it's also about a vibration. It's about their mindset. Those are the people who literally cannot see outside. They can't see their own potential, and that's why they don't have nothing. It's their mindset. They think they cannot do something. They think in the scope of, this is all I have, so this is all I can do. And that's why they are not successful. And then it says, good girls do what they're told. That is the people who have more so a slave mindset. Those are the people who, they don't move unless they're told to move. They are the followers of society. So if they're given a ceiling or a little cage or a little box to be in, that's what they're going to stay, because that's what they think their own potential is, until somebody tells them otherwise. And then we have bad bitches do what they want. That's why bitches so cold. It's self-explanatory. You're bad because you do what you want. Society paints you as bad because you are not somebody who is controllable or predictable. And she's saying, from another person's perspective, she would be considered cold because, of course, I'm not going to give you what you want. I'm not doing what you want. I'm doing what I want. And that might not be in your best interest. So whoever this divine feminine is, you are a bad bitch. That's all I'm saying, because you've gotten to a point in your life where you saying that you're going to do what works for you regardless. And it takes me to this starfish spirit card, because it's talking about you leaning towards your potential and you basking in the infinite possibilities of what your potential is. So I was thinking yesterday morning that there was two things. One thing that both of my parents taught me each. So my mom taught me there's more than one way to skin a cat, right? And my dad taught me that you can always fix something with a duct tape and a screw. And those have always been like fundamental for me in my life, because my mom taught me how to be creative. I don't ever think that you can't do something because there's more than one way to skin a cat. There's always another way you can do it. You just have to be creative and be in creative mindset. And my father told me that there's always a way to fix something, and it's usually something simple. But it taught me resourcefulness. So I believe the divine feminine has understood her ability to be creative and resourceful, which is amazing. So let's go ahead. And my third song, Conceited. It's Conceited by Siva. The part in the song that caught my attention on this one, because when I was listening to Sorry Not Sorry, it made me think of this song. So it says, I got no reason to depend on you. No reason to make friends, I'm cool. I got everything that I need and I want more. I can't take my foot off their neck, it's an encore. I got everything and I'm living off revenge. I've been burning bridges, I'll do it over again. Cause I'm betting on me. Oh, it's raining. Yeah, I'm betting on me. So with that song, it's giving me a radical amount of confidence. And it would come off as arrogant to other people, which is why the song is called Conceited. But this person believes in themselves so much to where they would rather follow their own path and do what they believe is best for them than to go based off of what another person will want them to do, or society or the family will want them to do. So they would rather choose themselves every time and burn bridges in order to choose themselves every time, rather than going with the status quo. So, Cosmic Oracle Tarot. Divine Feminine, you a bad bitch. Bad bitches get what they want. Yes, bad bitches get what they want. Yeah, divorce. And that's what I was kind of picking up, that there was like maybe a masculine that you were dealing with that maybe put you in a box or something like that. They didn't believe in you and what your capabilities were, so they decided not to invest in you, and you were just looking at them like, that's your loss. Basically, in so many words, that's your loss. You gonna miss out. We got pets, and give it to them on the bottom of the deck. So You might have been married and then had to divorce. But what I'm more so getting, that might have been specific, but what I'm getting is this divine feminine might have not have been dealing with this masculine energy for very long, and I guess he just didn't give her the opportunity. He didn't give her a chance. She might have not have been in her highest potential yet, but she knew who she was, what she wants to do, and how she was going to get there. And it was going to take time for her to get there, but she had to believe in herself, right? And I guess because they couldn't see it right then and there, they just made assumptions about her, and they decided to go and do other things. And this divine feminine said, you're going to regret that. I used to tell myself a lot that I love it when people underestimate me, because that just gives me another reason and motivation to go hard, because you don't know me, right? So this divine feminine, she has that fire and that drive within her to reach her goals in her dreams. And I guess a lot of people have underestimated her capabilities. They might have been used to seeing you in a way or in a certain way, or they know you from who you were in your past, but they don't know who you are truly deep down inside. So these people, they are going to regret it, divine feminine. Just make sure you keep your mindset strong. I always say be careful how you treat people, because you never know when you're entertaining God. And I'll add, you never know when you're entertaining God's children as well. We got bad news, getting reading. What do we need to know for the collective spirit? What's going on? Feeling like shit? Yeah, there's some negative energy. It's not yours. I think divine feminine, you know how to overcome adversity. You know how to, and I forgot where I got it from, but it says innovation is created through, I had it before, oh my god, I got a brain fart. Basically, you get creative, and innovation is drive through struggle, right? So this divine feminine, she knows how to let something go, or let go of a situation in order to turn over a new leaf to get something better for herself. We got living in the moment and divine masculine, right? Shotgun news at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I definitely want to get into your tea, because this seems like something. This divine masculine, he might have been really bad towards you, divine feminine. He didn't know who you were. So I was watching anime earlier today, and I was thinking that it's a common theme in most movies and TV shows for a narcissist to play as the villain, and then you have the hero archetype, which is more so like a father archetype, or a warrior archetype. They usually fight to protect what is dear to them, or they're very righteous, so they fight to protect what's right. They're like justice driven, like Superman. And now it's given that superhero story is given that you, divine feminine, are the one that has to overcome adversity. That was what I was trying to get earlier. You know how to overcome adversity to reach your goals. And you may have had a person who showed up narcissistic. I'm not going to go as far as saying that this person was a narcissistic energy. They definitely do feel it does. The energy feels like they're going through a whole lot of karma, which is bringing up a whole lot of dark energy. This person may have been through a lot in their past, and they just didn't know how to work through those things. And instead of being a better person, they just projected it all onto you, and that just made you awaken and become a stronger person. Now that you're no longer there for them anymore, they have to now go through all that karma. So you might have been a very selfless person who did a lot of things to keep this masculine from going through the karma that they deserve to go through then. It's like you didn't do anything but sacrifice in order to prolong the karma that they're supposed to receive. They're going to receive it anyway, right? So let's go ahead and get the tarot, and we're going to clarify what's going on in the energy. But this very same masculine is probably somebody who calls you selfish because you're not doing the same things that they're used to you doing from your past. So you're not as giving. You don't allow them to make you go out of your way and overwork yourself and things like that. You value your time and your energy. You value yourself enough not to overgive to this masculine energy. I think you probably are at a point right now where you're protecting yourself from this masculine energy, and you understand that it starts with energetic. So you probably are very strict when it comes to like communication with this masculine. You don't just like frivolously talk on the phone with this masculine. Now I'm getting what the situation was previously, that this is somebody like a baby father or ex-husband that you have to still deal with, and they're still a part of your life, but you're not like intimate, or you're not like with this person. What's bad news, Spirit? What's bad news? We got the Three of Pentacles. One more card for bad news, please. Oops, they just give me what they want. We got the King of Wands, and that came out in reverse. And then we got the Four of Cups in reverse. So, did you initiate the divorce or the breakup? Because this person is in regret about that. They probably had did something. The King of Wands in reverse, they either were a non-starter when it comes to their success in their careers, but when it comes to the cups, they was probably just having an affair. Typical masculine third-party energy that broke a contract between y'all. So y'all were married, and this person probably had an affair on you, maybe with somebody at work or something like that, possibly. And this person, that was a breach of contract when it comes to a marriage. So you divorced them, Divine Feminine, and you left. I think sometimes when it comes to infidelity on the cheater's side, it's about them, and it's about them projecting onto you, so they think to themselves that it's your lack as to the reason why they cheat. So they may have along the lines tried to blame you for it. It is very narcissistic behavior, because it's their fault that they cheat, and it's their lack as to the reason why they feel like they need to go outside of your marriage to find some kind of satisfaction. When it comes to the Five of Cups, I know that it was some kind of infidelity, some kind of breach, and they may have, like I said, had an affair. There's a difference between cheating, which is you sleeping around with somebody, and you having an affair, which is you having a relationship outside of your marriage or your commitment, right? So this masculine stepped out on you, most certainly. You set boundaries. Nine of Wands, you left them. That's the King of Swords. So yeah, you took them to court and you divorced them. You weren't playing around with this one. They might have a history of infidelity, possibly. That might be specific, but you weren't playing around with this person. Let's get reading, Spirit. Get reading. Moving on from this person. I didn't want to watch you. Now I'm trying to keep tabs on your stuff like that. Ten of Pentacles. I might be holding a dick upside down. They're trying to see what you were building over there for yourself. It's what it seems like. Like if y'all had a family and y'all had like some kind of image to the community, you had a house, you had a car, a whole lot of physical assets that built your economic status and your social status, they want that back. They don't have that anymore, so they feel as if their status is decreasing. When you don't have a wife that puts you lower, you don't have a family that puts you lower in your social class and economically, of course, because two incomes definitely is better than one. So this person was probably benefiting off of you financially as well, and everything this is about your mental and your thinking too. And that's how I know that this person is thinking about superficial things like their status economically versus what they did in order to cause the dismantling of their life in y'all's marriage. The Hierophant, this person was not honorable towards you. Can you clarify the Ten of Pentacles, please? Ten of Pentacles, please, Spirit. Four of Wands, yeah, that's about your home life and your relationship, things like that. There was a lack of passion because there was no trust. You had to set up boundaries, so you probably had to stay in the house with this person for a while. Maybe before you even told him that you wanted a divorce, you probably just pulled back. You probably stopped doing stuff for this person. You probably stopped having sex with this person. You stopped doing intimate things or fun things with this person. No more trips, no more vacations, things like that. No more gifts on holidays. You pulled all the way back. You stopped cooking for this person. You didn't want nothing to do with this person after you found out. You was calculated, wasn't you? You were calculated. What's feeling like shit? You slid out on this person. The Hangman, the way you moved on this person gave them a whole different perspective. Seven of Swords. This wasn't you was yelling, screaming, and wanting him to explain. No, this was like the straw that broke the camel's back. He cheated on you or stepped out on you or betrayed you in some kind of way, and it's like you took observation and then you made a decision based on that observation, and you started making plans and taking steps towards your exit. There was no discussions, there was no negotiations, there was no confrontations about the situation. You started pulling your energy back. It's just like you said, you saw what he was doing and you said, okay, I got you. It was one of them things like, okay, I got you. So if you weren't married to this person, Divine Feminine, it was one of those situations where this person made you feel as if y'all were supposed to have something serious, like kind of like Megan and Klay Thompson. The whole, he told you he was going to be, you were going to be his girlfriend, you met the parents, you cooking for the family, all this stuff, y'all moving in together or making plans to move in together, things like that. And then you found out in some way that this person was never serious about you, and that they were always entertaining someone else or other women, things like that. You may have heard through the grapevine that this person was talking poorly about you or something as well. And with the Six of Swords, yeah, you heard gossip about this masculine. And that gave you a different perspective with the Hangman. And you said, I'm good. I don't need this. Whoever this Divine Feminine. So if you were a married Divine Feminine, because I'm getting to specific situations. If you were married to this masculine Divine Feminine, you were taught better. You came from a better household. You maybe you came from a 2-parent household, and your father, like, you learned through your father how men really are and how you should be treated by men, things like that. So you had things you could fall back on as well. It really wasn't nothing for this Divine Feminine to go ahead and say, oh, I made a mistake, undo, and keep on going about your business. That's what I was feeling like. You were the breadwinner in this relationship, Divine Feminine. So once you realize that this masculine was not who he said he was going to be, you initiated the divorce and you took the steps. You knew what you needed to do and you left. You are a strong individual, Divine Feminine. And for this Divine Feminine that is single, who was just dating this person, and this person that she made it seem like y'all were supposed to have a happily ever after relationship, once you found out who he really was and what he was truly doing, you blocked him. Block and delete. You might have sent that one little final text message and you blocked him, or you probably didn't say anything and you blocked him. And he probably had to put the pieces together and figure it out on his own, with the feeling like shit. He had to figure it out on his own. The Hangman, something gave him a new perspective. He was not, for this particular Divine Feminine, this masculine probably was not used to dealing with women like you. Strong, abundant, you're not like the type that'll be impressed by small gestures and flashes of money and things like that, because you already have all that stuff for yourself. You don't need it. You're looking for someone who has a genuine connection. Yep. Ace of Cups. You're looking for a genuine connection, justice. You're looking for balance within a connection. Yeah, I was thinking earlier today too, when I woke up this morning. I don't know how I got to it, honestly. It's relevant to the conversation right now, but I was thinking from my own personal perspective that I want someone that where we can be independent together. They're strong and their sense of self is what it is. They have their life, what they want to do for themselves, and I have my life and what I want to do with myself, and it does not affect them in their world. So Divine Feminine, that's what you're probably looking for, something like that, somebody who you can be independent together with or something like that, somebody who is not insecure. You want a genuine relationship where you can be you and they can be them, because you're not like looking for too much outside of that, because you already have everything you need, right? One more card for feeling like shit, please. So this masculine got a new perspective after dealing with you, honey. Knight of Cups. Does that make him fall in love with you even more? Ace of Swords, yep. He gained some respect for you. For some of y'all Divine Feminines, this person, it might be too late for them. It might be too late for him. Clarify the Hangman spirit, please. This new perspective that this masculine has. So we got the Page of Pentacles. This person wanting a new opportunity. They just trying to figure out how they can get another opportunity. What's on the bottom of the deck? The Three of Cups. They have a new perspective of you in general, because they know you're not nothing to play with. But this person sees you as like a golden opportunity. They see you as somebody who is very valuable, that they want to keep in their life. I believe they didn't see you that way at first, which they're the fool, not you. And now They see all these beautiful potentials that you have, and now they want to come after you, United Cups. They want to pursue you in a more serious romantic way, but this person is still only looking for so the thing about people with narcissistic tendencies, I'm not a psychiatrist, I can't diagnose anybody, but what I do know about narcissism and narcissistic behavior, narcissistic people are generally greedy. They want to have things for themselves, so they objectify you in a way to where they believe you are a tool in their arsenal, and once they see you as something of value, they want to keep that tool. So it's not necessarily that they care about you and they see you as the beautiful diamond star that you are and all the potential they would be blessed to just bask in your light and receive the blessings that you have. No, this person specifically see you as someone useful, and they see the value in the status that you can bring them, and they want to keep that. Specifically for the women that are married, they've been saw your potential. They know what you're capable of. They know in their eyes, it's a use. They know your value. They know your value. They maybe lost interest in said value. Because when you give up something so freely, it's like oxygen and water. You're not going to go look for it until it's gone, right? And that's for the married ladies. For the ladies that was just dating this person, they definitely see you as somebody that can raise their status, make them look better. They think you're useful. So justice, you fixed you, girlfriend. The 5 of Swords and the 4 of Swords. I said the 5. This is the 5 of Wands and the 4 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, it's an internal conflict. You might have made this person insecure because you're creative and you know how to be abundant. So you create from that space, and it's beautiful every single time. And I don't believe this masculine believes that they have the capability to do it. Broke hoes do what they can. Good girls do what they told. And bad bitches do what they want. And you're the bad bitch that do what you want, no matter what he tries to tell you. And he's the broke hoe that does what he can. Because obviously he in his feminine energy. Envy is a feminine trait, in my personal opinion. Let's clarify living in the moment. We have the 3 of Cups wants to come out so badly. This person wants to reconcile with you. You brought color to their world, divine feminine. Now they bored. Now they ain't got nothing to do. I was also getting, because I'm watching this anime right now, right? I'm always watching anime. Anyway, and it's a more popular one right now. It's called Kaiju number 8. It's so great. And it depicts the women in the anime as very strong and successful. And the men in the anime, they gain a lot of inspiration from the women in the anime because these are your captains. The women are the captains, and they're like the strongest soldiers because it's about people being in a special force. So it's more like a little bit of a military show. Anyway, so the women in the show are inspirational because they're strong and they are successful in the show, and all of the men look up to these women. Of course, the commander is the man, but all the upper level captains are women. So what I'm getting at is this masculine draws inspiration from you, divine feminine. So what I believe they want to do is use that inspiration, and they want to try to get you back in some kind of way so that they can continue to siphon said passion and inspiration. Because specifically for these feminines that are divorced and left this masculine, this person was siphoning your energy. They were the ones that wanted to take credit for your work. They were the ones that if y'all had a business together or something like that, or you had most of the stuff in your name, house, car, all that stuff, because you were the breadwinner, this person took credit for your work. They would go around saying, this is my business, or this is our business. My wife does this, that, and the third for that I can have, blah, 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 right? This person was siphoning your energy. They were shape-shifting into you. They were trying to destiny swap with you. They wanted to paint your light as their own, and that's a very nasty thing to have, especially in a partner. But that's why this masculine, I almost said monster, person was a nasty person, but I'm glad you got away from this person, divine feminine, because this person wanted to be you, honey. They wanted destiny swap with you. They're a shapeshifter, and they were siphoning your energy. They're just in a process of being forced to see who they truly are. This is one of them situations where they rode down the path on your back, and now they have to start from square one. And it's hard because you're used to riding on another person's back. You riding in the passenger seat all the time, and now it's time for you to walk, not drive, because you don't have a car. You walking, and you have to figure it out on your own from square one, and that's hard. It's not easy. But divine feminine, it's easy for you because you did it plenty of times, and that's how you strong and got all your stuff together, because you're innovative. This is not your first time going through this. This is the Five of Swords. They want to reconcile you. They see you doing you and do what you actually truly desire. They feel like they missed out on you. Yeah, that was a song, a part in the Demi Lovato song, Sorry Not Sorry, that was saying, she said that the grass is greener under me. And I just thought that was so witty and slick and cute that she said the grass is greener under me, and that's you, divine feminine. The grass is greener under you, and this masculine figured that out the hard way, that the grass is greener under you. They've been riding on your back for too long, honey. Justice, they've been riding on your back for way too long. All right, what is divine masculine? Ten of Swords. I think that is divine masculine is showing up because this person was in a false energy. He might have been showing up as somebody who was like a leader in their community or something like that. That's who he wanted to be. That's who he tried to show himself as. But it seems like it's like maybe I don't know if you probably moved down. You left this masculine in some kind of way, shape, or form. But if they go to the same places, these people are not seeing him as who he once was projecting himself to be, right? So if y'all were an item and y'all had some kind of like brand or something like that, right? When they go to wherever establishments these are, they're not being acknowledged at the status level. If they got into places free or some kind of face card or something like that, then they're not getting that acknowledgement because they know they're no longer being seen as somebody with that kind of status anymore when you're not there. They were literally benefiting off of your light. What's divine masculine spirit? Some card. A few more cards. That Queen of Cups, the Empress, and the Two of Pentacles. So whether one of those situations, let me see the bottom on the Nine of Swords, yeah. We got the Queen of Cups, the Empress, and Two of Pentacles. You're the Empress, and they were juggling you with the Queen of Cups. So they were in some type of emotional relationship. They were relying on this other feminine for like emotional purposes. God specifically if they wanted something different, which is crazy. You're a married man, but specifically for the people that formerly were married, this masculine, they wanted attention. That's what it was. They wanted romance and they wanted attention and they wanted something different. So they looked elsewhere outside of your relationship, which this person was really weak spirited, honestly. So you're the Empress. So you got many things on your plate. You got children, you got work, you got your community, the things that you're doing, your business, the things that you're handling. You have many things on your plate. And instead of this person being a partner and a support and taking some of these things off of your plate so you can replace that with your relationship, this person said, oh, she's not paying attention to me. She doesn't love me. This is an excuse for me to step out on our relationship. Let me go make myself feel important. Well, here's a person that makes me feel important because she probably wants your spot. Let's be real. He looking the way he look and as good as he look off of your blessings and abundance that you have. And he wants to feel important as a narcissist do. So he steps out of the relationship and go deal with somebody who is naive enough to deal with a married man, and they make him feel important. You don't make him feel important because you don't need a man that needs to feel important. You need a man that's going to help you with all the things that you have on your plate. So it's kind of given that your partner was immature. He was this person, you were carrying a grown child, and that's what it seems like. And I guess in some way, shape, or form with the hangman back here, you figured out that That's what that situation was. You were carrying a growing child. And you might have probably in the past went off of the idea or the promise that this person was going to be a partner for you. And they probably showed up as that in the past because you don't need much. So you didn't require much. So all he had to do was not weigh you down, and you were happy with being the foundation of the relationship. But now you understand that that's not how that can work, and that a person will take you for granted if you allow that person to just be a ball and chain and be a free rider on your trip. They have to actually put in their own work in their own right to their own foundation to build character so that they can be strong in themselves, and they will have an understanding and an appreciation for the amount of work that it takes to run a business, run an empire, run a family, things like that. So because this person is showing up consistently as pages and knights. I got the most I got is a King of Wands in reverse. That's the biggest we got in this situation. There's no emperor, there's no upright kings here, and I don't do reversal. So if it comes out in reverse, then that's a double confirmation that it's negative energy, right? And the King of Wands in reverse is somebody who is weak-spirited. They're weak in their own identity. They have no direction for themselves. They fall for temptation sexually a lot of the times, and they easily are distracted. They have no control over themselves, over their emotions. They're impulsive, okay? This is not the type of person that you want to be married to, especially if you're a productive woman and you want to see growth in your life. Then you don't want to be with somebody who is selfish and self-centered, because that's also what a King of Wands is. They want people to take care of them, and they want people to make up for the mistakes that they make and the chaos they create. They're a grown-ass Tasmanian devil, and they want people to enable their bad behavior. And they have emotional dysregulation. Excuse me, they don't want me to talk. They have emotional dysregulation. So they get mad at everything. They get upset at everything. They yelling, they screaming, they embarrassing you. They bringing chaos and abuse into your life. They bring drama to you because they like that kind of stuff, because it gives them validation. So at this point, I think you figured out that is not conducive to the things that you want. This person may have been a fun, passionate adventure to you when you first met this person. This person probably brought new perspectives to you in your life, and you thought that was beneficial at that time, but not anymore. You realize now that this person is a loose cannon. This person is a liability. This person, you send them out into the world and they're going to come back with debts instead of assets. This is somebody who is going to come back with an angry mob at your front doorstep instead of help. Okay? So you had to cut that. You had to cut the loose ties, girl. All right. I'm glad for you, because how they gonna cheat? You the Empress, they gonna cheat with a Queen of Cups. Where's she at? They gonna cheat with a Queen of Cups. So the karmic energy, and I'll clarify just because I want to be nosy, but the karmic energy, like I said, she's naive. This is a person who is naive. Because when you're not an evolved Queen of Cups, you're not evolved, because obviously if she's sleeping with a married man, she's not evolved. Then she probably is trusting to the fact that this man is probably telling her that he's single. This person, let's see. Who is this Queen of Cups? The Devil. Dark Impact. The Devil? Why? Give me one more card for the Queen of Cups. Person is an attachment, or they are attached. They have okay, Knight of Pentacles. So, give me one more card for the Devil. One more card for the Devil. Give me a clear for the Devil real fast. The Ace of Wands. And the Page of Swords. And the Sun in the bottom of the deck. This person is naive. This person wants a relationship. This person wants a wealthy, stable connection with somebody that can provide for them. This person is not emotionally intelligent, not in the least, because this person, she might be younger. She might be a lot younger than this masculine. This person, how can I put it? This person doesn't understand the signs of a cheating man. She doesn't know what to look for when she walks into a man's house, and she doesn't know, if he gives her an excuse as to why he can't call her at nighttime or something like that, then she's going to accept that excuse, and she's going to make up reasons and stories in her head as to why he's correct. And this person, she probably got a low self-esteem, a low self-worth. I'm getting that she don't really know better. My nose is itching. I must be on the money. The Devil card in the Ace of Wands. This person uses this young lady's passions and desires against her. He dangles it in her face like a carrot. I'm specifically getting that this person is on the younger side and naive. And this person, your ex-husband, was older, a lot older than her, maybe trying to mentor her in that kind of way, and then targeted her in that kind of way, because this is predator behavior, honestly, to be real. This feminine thought that she had got somebody that was going to be able to give her that life that she's looking for, whatever that life may be. And because she doesn't know any better, so she doesn't know any other alternatives to a situation that would be negative, she took that and ran with it. Now, I want to know whether or not she knew about you. We got the Knight of Wands and the Nine of Wands. So, did she... Yeah, Ten of Swords. So she did find out about you eventually. I don't think she found out about you until Page of Wands. I don't think she found out about you until you, like, initiated the divorce type stuff. Ace of Cups and the Judgment. Yeah. So with the Ten of Wands right here, and then the Death card as well, when she found out about his connection with you and him being in a commitment with you already, all her dreams of having the relationship, the life, and all those things died. So Nine of Swords, she couldn't handle being in a connection with this masculine. It was just one of those things. I think she probably is kind of given that this is a young girl, probably educated, and she just doesn't have any life experiences. So I think she has the ability to know right from wrong. I think she just kind of like deluded herself because of the fact that she wanted what she wanted so bad. It was one of them things where she probably saw herself having a husband, saw herself being in a successful relationship, saw herself having that man that could take care of her and teach her things and this, that, and the third. She probably got some kind of father wound or something like that. And this masculine took advantage of that. And he sold her some kind of dream. And the dream died when she found out that he was married. And when you ended the connection, I don't think there was any type of her thinking that, yeah, I'm finally going to have this connection. I think her perspective of him changed as well after that. Can you tell me if this masculine is still dealing with this Queen of Cups energy? King of Pentacles, just that was about to come out. The Eight of Cups. I think she went and got another man. The Star, the Three of Swords. Clarify the King of Pentacles, please. The World. Yeah, she went and got her another man. She in a relationship with another old dude. Old dudes is her type. Nine of Cups, but that's what she likes. So Ace of Swords on the bottom of it. She went to another man. And he actually does have money. King of Pentacles. He actually does have money. She went to a man and actually got some money. She like old dudes because they got money and they mature. Oh, well, that's her type. Is there anything else that the collective needs to know before we close this out, Spirit? What's the advice? What's the advice for the Divine Feminine? Nine of Swords and the Ace of Wands. If you're worried about some kind of adventure or a passion, project, trip, job, something that gives you passion and inspiration, stop worrying about that. Go ahead and do it. Page of Wands, go ahead, start the first thing. Break it down into smaller parts. If it's something that is grand that you are trying to achieve, break it down into small parts. And then you start with the first thing that you can possibly start. Clarify the Knight of Swords here, as I feel like you're overthinking the situation. Sometimes when you anticipate something or you want something really bad, you do overthink the situation, but don't. Have confidence in yourself and protect your energy, because what also messes up your energy and make you overthink is other people giving you advice and being in your energy, which a lot of you Divine Feminines are empaths, so you have the ability to absorb other people's energy and how they feel. And if you don't understand that on a deeper level, then you will assume that those people's worries and anxieties and negative energy is yours, and it's not, it's theirs. So find a way to cleanse your energy. Deep breaths, meditation, going for walks, being with nature, listening to music, doing things you love. Make sure you cleanse your energy. Stop taking these people advice that they don't have the kind of perspective, they don't have the experience that you have. and they don't see anything outside themselves. Stop taking their advice. Do what it is that you desire and that you love, and you will be successful, okay? Protect yourself and protect your energy, protect your dreams, and protect your children, okay? Love you. Bye, family.